Hello all. Wishing everyone a happy Environment Day 2021. Today, UN has come up with a theme of restoring ecosystem. This UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration is a rallying call for the protection and revival of ecosystems all around the world for the benefit of people and nature. It aims to halt the degradation of ecosystems and restore them to achieve global goals. There has never been a more urgent need to revive damaged ecosystems than now. The healthier our ecosystems are, the healthier the planet and its people. The UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration aims to prevent, halt, and reverse the degradation of ecosystems on every continent and in every ocean. It can help to combat climate change and prevent a mass extinction. It will only succeed if everyone plays a part. Ecosystem restoration is the key word that's making rounds among scientists, officials, and environmental activists this year as we mark World Environment Day on 5th June. It marks the official launch of the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration, a 10-year push to halt and reverse the decline of the natural world. You might be wondering what exactly is an ecosystem and how do you restore one? An ecosystem is a place where plants, animals, and other organisms, in conjunction with the landscape around them, come together to form the web of life. Ecosystems can be a large, like a forest, or small, like a pond. Many are crucial to human societies, providing people with water, food, building materials, and a host of other essentials. They also provide planet wide benefits like climate protection and biodiversity conservation. But in recent decades, humanity's hunger for resources has pushed many ecosystems to the breaking point. The emergence of COVID 19 has also shown just how disastrous the consequences of ecosystem loss can be. By shrinking the area of natural habitat for animals, we have created ideal conditions for pathogens, including coronaviruses, to spread. Can we build them back better? Definitely, yes. For example, if you consider these forest ecosystems, forests and trees are being cleared to feed humanity's hunger for land and resources. Logging, firewood cutting, pollution, invasive pests, and wildfires are damaging the rest. Restoring this forest ecosystem means replanting and reducing the pressure on forests so that trees regrow naturally. Food systems are a major driver of forest loss. Reconsidering the way people grow and consume food can help reduce the pressure on forests. Degraded and disused farmland can be ideal for forest restoration, which can also mean nurturing patches of forest and woodland in landscapes that include busy farms and villages. Now, if we look into farmlands, over-intensive use, soil erosion, excess fertilizer, and pesticide usage are exhausting many farmlands. Now, if we look at the ways to restore them, it includes tillage, using more natural fertilizer and pest control, and growing more diverse crops, including trees. These steps can rebuild carbon stores in soils, making them more fertile so countries can feed their growing populations without using even more land. Now, another form of ecosystems, the lakes and the rivers, the safe and abundant water has become a luxury. Freshwater ecosystems have been degraded by pollution, overfishing, and infrastructure, as well as the extraction of more and more water for irrigation, industry, and homes. How can we restore them? That lakes and rivers can be restored by halting pollution, reducing and treating waste, managing demand for water and fish, and reviving vegetation above and below the surface. Cities and towns can seem like ecological deserts. There's little room for vegetation amid the houses, roads, and factories. Waste and pollution imperil waterways, soils, and the air. But urban areas have huge potential for restoration. Citizen groups and municipal authorities can clean up waterways, let bee friendly plants grow, and create urban woodland and other wildlife habitats in parks, schools, and other public spaces. Permeable sidewalks and urban wetlands protect against flooding and pollution. Contaminated industrial areas can be rehabilitated and turned into places for nature and recreation. You may be thinking, what can I as a common person do to restore ecosystem? You can bring about change by making small amends in your day-to-day activities. Last year, during the festive season, large amount of waste dumpings was observed in urban lakes, and the amount of pollution we created in these urban lakes post festival is alarming. We studied the impact of festive pollution in one of our city lakes, Alsur Lake, pre and post Ganesha festival, and we found drastic change in the water quality parameters and in its aesthetics. By being responsible and conscious citizens, we can definitely restore this lentic ecosystem. Now, is it possible to revert this? Yes, definitely we can revert this back to its original natural existence just by following few steps. The first one, the use of eco-friendly materials in our worships without any paints or POPs and decorations. And do not throw flowers and other materials used for worship into water. Rather, segregate them and use it for composting. Third, avoid buying one time use of products. Be a conscious consumer. Don't buy use and throw things. And just by following these three simple steps, this will immensely reduce the pollution we create post festival in our lakes and helps in its restoration. Our little steps will lead future generations to make great impact on the ecosystem and its restoration. So all we need to do is reimagine the way we do things, recreate our practices, and thereby restore our ecosystems. So let's take a pledge on this World Environment Day 2021 to restore our ecosystems and make this world a beautiful place to live for all forms of life.